Kenta Ishihara.
Yes.
Kenta Ishihara, and of course right beside Kenta is the beautiful, stunning Miss Sissy. We're sitting in my seat right now because I like to sit beside Kenta.
Yes.
Because Kenta's so golden when he plays so beautiful. But we got a special guest in the house today, and the President of Chinatown, Tony Yee, President of Chinatown. Hey Tony, I wanted to ask you because I was talking to Miss Sissy this afternoon about 3 o'clock, so we were joking around laughing. She said she was putting her mask on before the show. Actually, I had mine on an hour before she had put hers on. And so I asked her, I says, is Tony the president? Who elects Tony? Do the people in the business district, do they get together and they have a little vote and he represents them? Is he an ambassador? What comes with the title of being president of Chinatown?
Okay, well, the exact title is, well, first things first, hello Cambridge. Thank you for having me today on Be Live. Thank you very much, Clyde, for the opportunity.
And thank you for tuning into Scope one more time.
Thank you for tuning into Scope. Thank you. And as far as the title, as far as president, in a way it is everything that you had said. The votes come from the board of directors, and the board of directors consists of the business owners in the area, the landlords in the area, individuals from other boards of directors, from other entities within the community.
Oh yeah, wow. And so they all vote?
Right.
And so you represent the business district, you represent the community of Chinatown itself and its people that make up the community.
Right, so I represent Chinatown Main Street, and Chinatown Main Street is a non-profit 501c3 volunteer-driven organization. And our goal basically is to revitalize business districts. So how do we do that? We make the area cleaner, we make the area more attractive, we make it a positive destination for travelers, either locally from Massachusetts or even out-of-towners. We make the area cleaner and safer.
Wow, because you think about Chinatown, you remember the old combat zone that existed there decades ago, and now you look at where Chinatown is now. Talk to me a little bit about the growth from back then to old Chinatown there with the combat zone to where it is right now in terms of the growth.
Absolutely. Chinatown actually came together very well when it came to that issue. The combat zone was an area that was right along the borders of Chinatown. Yes, there were its benefits. A lot of the customers would go clubbing, go to those activities, and then afterwards they would eat. But at the end of the day, it wasn't good for the community, it wasn't good for the businesses, and it certainly didn't help the sidewalks and the streets as far as keeping the area clean. So the community got together, and the combat zone is pretty much completely gone now. That whole Washington Street, there's a lot of new restaurants there, a lot of new businesses there, and the community is unbelievable now as far as how it's changed.
Yeah, I'm very impressed when I go through there. I see that many restaurants and many buildings have gone up and still going up. And the way the streets are now there, it's a lot safer there now. And like you said, the old combat zone, that whole look is gone now.
Right,
you know?
right.
And it's like the reconstruction of Chinatown is such a beautiful thing. And new viewers there too. I mean, there's plenty to do in Chinatown now. So tell me about some of the shops, the restaurants, the new stores and things that are there that people probably will have interest in going to.
Sure. One of the strongest strengths of Chinatown is that you pretty much have every type of Asian restaurant there is. The Malaysian, the Mongolian, the Chinese. Just the Chinese. You got the northern style, the southern style, the Szechuan style. I could, go on and on. There's more than 100 different types of foods there. And one thing that we always boast in Chinatown here is that in the city of Boston or just in Massachusetts, you don't have to travel 4,000 miles away to Thailand, to Japan, where Kenda's from, or Hong Kong or whatever. Everything is right here in Chinatown, and with all the restaurants all in that three or four block radius, you can't go wrong. So if you don't like one restaurant, you just go to the next one, or you just go through every item on the menu to each restaurant. So
and you were talking about different businesses now there, and that you represent now outside the restaurant business. Well, the business there that would be attractive to viewers out there, listeners that want to come in, maybe those who like to do shopping and go out like to shop for clothing articles, or those who like to go out and maybe buy articles for the house like a television, a washing machine, a dryer, whatever. What types of businesses there are those that they may be attracted to those shoppers?
Absolutely. Chinatown predominantly is a food area, so most people typically come in for the food. But other than the restaurants, What Chinatown Main Street is in charge of is the region, the district. So within that district, there are different business categories. So we're not responsible for just the restaurants per se. But in that area, there's a hardware store, there's furniture stores, a whole bunch of hair salons, a whole bunch of places to get massages, to get your nails done, to get a pedicure. You can actually spend a whole day in Chinatown. There's all types of bakeries there, a Taiwanese style bakery, a Chinese version, and one item that I like a lot is from a bakery called Great Taste Bakery. They have this thing called a egg custard, but it's got coconut in it, and it tastes just like a regular American style egg custard, but it's such a tiny, cute version of it, you know.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yes.
And I love sweets too.
Yes, that's me too. Yes, I love sweets too.
Sweets, you know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I was looking, you know, I'm in a candy shock right now because normally before the show I take in a lot of sugar.
I understand.
You know?
I have a soda. I have a beverage with this sugar in that.
So it's a little difficult for me right now, but I'm moving on pretty good right now. But so, you know, having that title of being the president of Chinatown, a lot of responsibility. So when you see your neighborhoods now, the way it is in Chinatown right now, and the way the young people are growing up, are you happy when you see around you the way the youth are going right now in Chinatown?
Absolutely. And just to clarify, as far as president of Chinatown, I love that title, but I'm not deserving of that title. I am president of Chinatown Main Street. One of the strengths of Chinatown is there's actually over 100 organizations. One of the largest organizations and the oldest organizations is the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association, typically known as CCBA. That's a mouthful, I know. But within that organization, there are 34 family associations. And with these organizations, they work with all the other organizations in Chinatown. There's a program called YES, Youth Essential Services. They work with the teenagers, they work with growing adults, and they do a superb job over there with a lady by the name of Jane Leong. So she's done a great job there as far as helping the younger generation in Chinatown.
Okay, what about the education system over there, the schools and everything?
Yeah, the education system, yeah, we're very content. There's a school called Josiah Quincy in that area, and they've actually got a strong waiting list. A lot of the students from the other areas within Boston all aim to go to Josiah Quincy.
That's beautiful. So Chinatown's on the uprise.
Chinatown is definitely on the up and up. And what we like to say is, have you been to Chinatown lately? We've been working with the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association with the Crime Watch. And the Crime Watch has been in effect for more than 4 years, 5.5 to be exact. And they've done such a superb job that a lot of people are wondering, do they still need those vests that says Crime Watch? Perhaps they could change it and say ambassador, or perhaps they don't even need the vests anymore and just go undercover, you know. But nevertheless, it's a huge difference in Chinatown.
So you were talking about the media group that you're involved with over there. And to what degree are you involved with over there, and to what degree and how large is that media group in Chinatown? And do the people of Chinatown, the youth, the seniors and everything, do you focus in on community programs? What type of programming do you focus in?
Okay, there's an organization called Asian Boston Media Group. They are a for-profit organization. They happen to be headquartered in Chinatown, Boston, and I, as an individual, have chosen to help them in any way possible, because I've always believed that as an Asian American, there are always issues growing up in the U.S. And there are a lot of stereotypes sometimes that we have to deal with. So I like Asian Boston Media Group because I use that as an outlet to change the fact that, to change the image, so to speak, of Asian Americans in the United States. So Asian Boston Media Group is a media outlet. They have the magazine, which is how they first started. Many people know Asian Boston Media as their magazine. They have the radio also, but it's not quite as large as CCTV. They have an Asian Boston television where they spotlight various businesses that are either Asian owned or Asian related. And they also have a casting and modeling agency. And that casting and modeling agency isn't designed specifically for Asians. It's open to everybody. And the purpose of them is they do models for print, which means you could be on a banner for a major company on a commercial, on a poster, or you could be a runway model for an apparel company where you would actually wear their designs on a fashion show. So the casting and modeling actually helps a lot of the models get jobs, and they range in age from 2 years old to people who were born in 1902. And
that's interesting, because that's a pretty good segue into what I wanted to ask you about was, you have a modeling contest coming up right now, an amateur supermodel contest.
Right.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, we're very excited about that because Boston historically
it's the same feeling I always seem to get around.
has not been very big on the fashion scene. Whenever you talk about trendy fashion, it's always New York, Paris, London, Los
It's the same